Hi guys, we're back on the Corsa again today. So basically, car's really hesitant when you first start it from cold. And these 1.4 turbos are the same as what they have in the Chevrolet Cruze in America. That same engine, and they all point to the coil pack cable going into the coil pack. Sometimes they can rattle themselves loose, or the plugs, or a bad earth, or whatever. So we're going to investigate it all now and see what we got. So I had to buy these iridium plugs, and they're double iridium. That's the part number for them. So these don't take the normal Corsa plugs. These are like the higher end ones, and Bosch have kindly put on all the torque specs for us. So there we go. They are 28 Newton meters. So basically we've got to have coil pack off. These two torques have got to come out, and we're just going to investigate. There's an earth wire that bolts onto the engine block here from this loom. So this loom has live and negative plus 4 sparking wires for each plug, and apparently this loom can get a bit hot and brittle over time. So we're going to have a quick look at that and basically see whether we can go for a cold start that's not hesitant. So I will put you on the tripod and then start to take this off and capture as much as we can, but really want to investigate these wires, because a lot of these Chevy Cruzes, this actual purple bit gets lost, you know, over servicing and stuff like that. And it literally, this thing has only got to rattle out 1 or 2 mil, and this can stop the whole car from starting, or even you'd be driving along and it just cut out. And it's been that. So this one seems fairly tight. I can't even slide this lock back. So hopefully it's doing its job properly. But yeah, let's get some tools out and see if we can do it. So basically it's a Torx 30 to get the coil pack off. So we'll just break it loose. And then to undo the coil pack is literally slide this purple clip out, press down, and then you should. Yeah, so you saw how tight that was. That needs to lift right the way up. And then this is the bit that seems to get lost in all the American cars. So whatever you do, don't lose that. So we actually changed this coil pack about a couple of weeks ago, but we couldn't get the plugs because, like I say, they were special double iridium ones. They didn't have them in stock, so the coil pack didn't actually cure it. So there was actually nothing wrong with the old one, but it's been on the car since it was new, so it's done best part of 9 years. service. So they are a 10mm spark plug spanner, or should be. Yep. What I like to do is crack each one off so that I know one's not seized. Make sure there's no debris in there. We have got a slight bit of oil leak from this rocker cover here. If you look in, this is meant to be a rubber gasket here, and it's made of silicone. And it's wheat violet, so that's not right. That should just actually have a full gasket. So it could have been oil getting down into these plugs. We'll pull them out one by one and let's have a look. Not too bad. Are they the originals? Hard to see actually. Does it say what make they are? They are Bosch FR6K11332S. So what are the new ones? The new ones are FR6K11332S, so the same. So these plugs, got a state of that, is probably the originals. So that's the new one. Obviously it's already pre-gapped and set for the car. Put that in the tool. And I will get the torque wrench out, and like I say, they're 28 Newton meters, so I will do that. Again, that one's not too bad. FR6K1, yeah, the same. In we go. Same for that one. Yep, same part number. Now, have a look at this one. That is not the same as the others. That is an NGK 1R or IR, so I would imagine that's iridium. But is it the same? Is it double iridium like these Bosch ones? I don't think so. I mean, look at the rust on that thing and all. It's really bad, isn't it? So I don't think that was a good plug. Strange how there's an odd one in there. Just run and get the torque wrench, set it to 28 Newton meters, so that's all on that side, so about 28 where the white line is, and then lock that off. You'll hear them click when they're done. Just make sure they're all there.
Okay, Rob.
And that's it, all clicked off. We'll investigate this now, this cable. So as I said, you've got, what have you got? Zoom out a bit. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So live and negative, and then you've got this earthing one here. So we're just going to make sure they're all tight. And now you can see this a bit better. See this gasket? That shouldn't be silicon sealant. That should be one gasket. What actually has a hole here, a hole there and one there, what takes up all of this. You can actually see through the bolt through there. So each one of those bolt holes, well, that's for the cam, but these ones should have their own little wash around it, or O-ring. So let's get this all plugged back together, tightened up, and hopefully it works nicely. So that side one, the earth that I said, that's a little E10. So that was all nice and tight. So that's it, fully serviced now. Brand new coil pack going back in. And these two are normally only about 10 15 Newton meters. So I will check, but what they normally are. So I've done them to 15 on the thing. So whatever you do, click that all the way home till that clicks down. Don't forget the purple clip. You can see how easily they get lost. But they only go up one way. There's a little T-bar on it, so that locks it into place at the bottom. So the T goes on the bottom. When you click that home, you can no longer push that bit down. So that's it, rock solid. Clear everything out of the way. Let's go for a start. But yeah, like I said, it was really lumpy in the start, and that's that all locked off now. Like I say, the T points down and it locks into a little cam there, so you can't even push this down now. There's no way that can come out. That's that earth wire there. Let's go for a start. Clutch down. Dee, 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 dee. Well, turn this music off. That's come up lovely. Do you know, there was a bit of hesitation in this before, just an ever so slightly lumpy ride, and I put it down to that full spark plug was different from the rest. A bit oily down that journal, but yeah, I mean, that revs has just dropped down to just under 1,000 now. Really, you only got to touch the accelerator now and it's immediate. Like I said before, it's just a little bit hesitant. So a new coil pack and a new set of plugs does not harm this car a bit. In fact, it probably needed it, although the service book is fully stamped up, so I can't work out why there was one odd plug in there, unless they could only get 3 double iridium ones, and just thought they would go with a standard one, but I would have just left one old one in. But there we are. It's a nice little car, this, actually. All done and dusted. The car's going for sale. Nice old chap's bought it, so at least he knows it's already an A1 now. So yeah, if you're going to attempt this job on your Corsa Black Edition, the 1.4 turbo, you can always reference the 1.4 Chevy Cruze, which is exactly the same engine. I'll just flip you around. You will definitely need to order these plugs before you do this job. Cat's had them in. Euros could get them the next day. Halfords will get them the next day for you. Real mismatch on the price though. I mean, we were lucky enough to get these plugs down to just over a tenner each, but I've seen them as high as £15 each, so it's worth shopping around. At Coil Pack, they go from anything from 30 to 150 quid. Do not buy a cheap one, go for a Delphi one like we went for, a proper one, because I've fitted some coil packs before where, you know, you've got the same problem and you think, hang on, I've changed the coil pack, why is it not working? Well, just go for a whatever you can afford, buy the best of what you can afford, and then it's, you know, you're not going to have the problem. And it's not a hard job. You've seen that start to finish, the whole lot. And I was a bit slow because I was doing the filming, but 20 minutes done. All the wiring seemed intact. and it wasn't brittle like you get on some of the American ones, so a sign again that it's probably been well looked after. But yeah, it's a very easy job. Like I say, just go for the best of what you can afford and you won't have a problem, and it's worth it because peace of mind, isn't it? You know it's done properly. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.